Hello and welcome to another Facts and Dimensions Spotlight dataset. In this one we're covering offender management statistics. Now before we get into the data I want to show you one of the files so you can see how horrible they are. You can see that the data is split over multiple sheets. That's not especially problematic, that's quite common. Where the difficulty lies is, if you notice, the headings are all on the same column even though they're headings and subheadings. And you can see visually that these are obviously subcategories of this category, and that is a subcategory of this upper category, so to speak. And the only way to tell that is from the indentation. So you see this cell is indented by 2, and this one is indented by 1, and this one, if you haven't guessed, is indented by 0. So we had to build an additional module for our import system to create a sister file to go in with this file that gave us all of the formats about every cell, including the indent level, and then use that to work out what level heading each heading is. And to top it off, sometimes they're not absolutely they don't stick to the same levels. There are even cases, I can't see one at the moment for this demo, but there are cases where instead of using an indent, they've gone without the indent and pressed space twice. So it looks on the screen the same, but our system, which was using the indent value, was getting confused on those ones. So we also have to go through each file and just make sure all the formats are actually the way that was intended, so that our system can understand it. So we do all that and you get the data ready in here. And how much data we've got? Data going back to June 2009, 173,500 rows so far. These are the tables. And you can see that 3 of them are still getting new data. So I'm just querying them. Start with population data tool data. It's got these columns that you can see here. These are the different views in the view column: sex and age, custody, nationality, offence, group. So if I just page down there, you can have a look yourselves. That's the first page, and there's the rest. Next table, receptions. So that's where we've taken the receptions file, that's a different one to this one, and loaded all the data from all the sheets into one table, because they are almost identical the way they're formatted. So you can see where the data came from using this title column. And then you've got various headings. So you see all that. And then heading 2, 3, 4. You might notice that these things like this seem to be the same heading. That's because they're at different levels depending on which title, which sheet the data comes from. And then we've got releases, similar stuff. You can see the data there across the top there. And you've got the various titles. So if I just scroll down that, and all these different headings. So you'll need to get a trial login and have a play really to get a proper feel for what we've got here. Thanks.